that came through here. Wow, just got stuck on a vine. There's vines and briars everywhere through here. And you don't necessarily want to take a fall because you can see how much riprap there is too. So all right, gonna head back out into the woods today. Yesterday was kind of a bad day and I had a tree almost take me out. So what I'm gonna do is when I go back to the woods just now, I'm gonna kind of show you what was going on, kind of explain the scenario, and hopefully if you're out there cutting, you know, maybe seeing what happened to me might make a difference and you'll be a little bit more careful out there yourself. It happens. Just got to be careful. These trees, you never know how they're going to fall. You never know what's going on. Be careful out there. Let's go in the woods. I'll show you what happened. All right, so here I am back in the woods. Now this is a section that's pretty close to the road. In fact, the road is right there. You know, it used to be a country road, but now, just like anything else, it's getting more and more busy. So you'll probably see cars fly by here pretty fast. This is what I had going yesterday. There's a tree that fell, and it fell right up next to this road right here. You can tell that the bank is pretty dang steep along this road. So this section right down here is the one that I almost got in trouble with, and I'll explain exactly what happened. Okay, so you can see how steep this is, and this is where the tree originated, right here. It had fallen along here, and then you can see it laying right there. So I've already cut up this section that came through here. Wow, just got stuck on a vine. There's vines and briars everywhere through here. And you don't necessarily want to take a fall because you can see how much riprap there is too. There was no doubt this was a challenging section. In fact, I think that is the tree right there where it broke off of. But it was coming through here. So what I would do is cut each section off. And every time I'd cut a section, the tree would come down just a little bit more on this bank, cut a section down, all the way down to where it's sitting right now. At this point, this tree was actually about 3.5 to 4 foot high, coming straight off, hanging in the air. And up above, there was a limb up there that was holding this upright limb, was holding it, and that was keeping this whole tree from dropping down. So it was kind of like a balancing act right here, which anybody that knows anything about wood cutting is a dangerous situation anytime a tree is free floating in the air rather than to be laying down on the ground like this right here. But here's where my problem came in. This tree here had a fork in it, and where I made this cut right here, that is this section that is now laying, going straight up right here. So that right there, that piece there was attached here, and I'd cut it loose. So the whole thing was 4 foot tall with this upright coming out of the top of it. I went ahead and started cutting it and got it almost cut all the way through. You can see how far I had it cut through, but it would not break loose. I could wobble it a little bit, but it would not break loose. So then I came to this other side here, and you can see that section that I was talking about right down there that was not broke loose, and it was about 4 foot tall. So I got on this section over here, on this side, and I started wiggling it back and forth, and eventually those two pieces separated. The piece that's going straight up and the piece down there. The big trunk part fell down on the ground. I thought this piece here would follow it down and go this way. But instead, this is why it became so dangerous. You can see how far away this upright here is away from its original cut. What happened was when this big part fell, this piece right here came toward me. I was standing in this general direction right here. It not only came toward me, but it started to swirl and turn around this tree right here. When it did that, you can see the limb up there where it's hung on right now. But when it fell, it started to spin around and it started heading right for me. I mean, directly for me. And this happened within seconds of me breaking it loose from the bottom down there. So the best way to explain it is, once I got that broke loose, when that upright broke loose and came and dropped down on the ground but came my way, and then the whole thing, when it came this way, started to spin around and heading for me. At that point right there, the only thing that I could do is just, my reaction time was just to instantly throw my hands up in the air and somehow, when it came down, try to reflect it left or right, or try to just get out of its way before it hit. Whether that would have worked or not, if it would have even hit, even if I would have got it with my forearms, it probably would have broke my arms. If it would have hit me, there's no doubt it probably would have killed me right here on the spot. Tree trimming is the most dangerous occupation out there. Anybody will tell you that cuts trees and messes with trees. You know, I've even got, like I'm standing here talking, I've got this one right here. I have no idea what's even holding that up, and it's going up at an angle like that and coming down. So this whole bank seems to be kind of just given away. So at this point, I'm really not out of the woods, so to speak, because I still have to try to get that piece to fall. I don't want to get in there and try to cut the rest of this up until I can get that piece up there to come down on the ground, and then I won't have to worry about it anymore. I tell you, I like cutting trees like this. This tree has probably been dead probably at least 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. You can see the bark's all off of it, and yet it's super, super dry. And you could almost split this up and almost burn it immediately. It's so dry. So I like finding trees like this, is why I gave it a extra effort to try to get it down. So hopefully, my plan now is I've got a rope with me, and I'm going to take a rope and I'm going to throw it through that fork, and then I'm going to get back, plenty back. I'm going to try to tug it down on the ground. Once I get it down on the ground, I'm good to go. Now here's something too, if you go out and you cut in the woods, you probably know this, but these, especially a section like this, these are so handy to have because there's so many briars, so many thickets, you know, so many monkey vines, that you really got to try to cut a lot of that out before you even get to where you can actually get to the wood. So let me go get my rope and see if I can't get this to work out. Once again, what I always say on my wood cutting videos that I do, I split firewood, I cut trees, I fall trees, but I am no professional. So please, if you're thinking about doing this and you're unexperienced, there are a lot of videos on YouTube of professionals that these guys know what they're doing. I've been doing it for decades and decades, but still, just an incident like that happens so fast, there's a good chance that I wouldn't be talking to you today. Lucky stars, guardian angels, you name it. Something was going right yesterday for me to be talking to you today, and I'm glad about that. All right, hopefully today turns out a little bit better. Let's see if I can't get this down on the ground so I can slice it up, take it home, split it up, start to burn. Okay, my plan is I've got a rope, got a nice rope, actually borrowed it from the 1980s Selvin fishing boat, and I just have me an anchor here, and I'm gonna wrap it around, get it tied off, and I'm gonna throw it through that fork right there and see if that don't work out. Okay, let's see if I can't get this anchor to go through that fork. Okay, third try worked pretty good. Boy, that anchor is popping off that tree, coming right back at me. Safety helmet. Let's see if I can't give this a tug. I think we're far enough away, standing right here. We don't have to worry about it. I hope this comes down pretty easy. That's what I'm talking about. But I tell you what, I wasn't too far back. That's probably fell, oh, I don't know. That probably fell about 6-8 feet from where we're standing right now. Man, once again, judging distance is everything when it comes to trees and fallen trees. That worked out pretty good. It won't take me long to slice this up now. It's all laying out here on the ground, ready to go. So I tell you what, I'll break out the little chainsaw, the Steel 170, and it'll cut this small section up, and then maybe it may cut the whole thing up. I've got the big boy, the Farm Boss 290, if I need to break it out. That worked out pretty good. I'll be glad to have this. This will make a whole trailer, maybe even 2 little trailers of firewood. Take back and get done. You know, a lot of people ask me, they say, boy, Mr. Lawrence, that sure is an awful lot of work. Get out there and do that. But you know what? I don't mind. Once I get it cut up, I've got to haul it all the way over. I've got the Jeep Liberty sitting up there on that little hill right there. Yeah, it's not a problem. You know what? I just did a video just last week. Took my dog Jazz. Me and Jazz went out backpacking in the Hoosier National Forest. Did really good. Had a heavy pack on, but you know what? If you do work like this, it keeps you in pretty good shape so you can do things like that. Hey, check it out. Backpacking in Hoosier National Forest with my doggy Jazz. Man, what a blast. All right, got the Steel 170 fired up, ready to go. Nice and warm. Let's get to cutting. Running real good, so take it back to the shop, figure out what's going on. Gonna have to go ahead and break out the big boy, the Farm Boss 290. Did a good job, a little bit overkill for this tree, but it'll still be okay. All right, gonna get it cut up. Hey, I do appreciate you coming to the channel. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to come out here in the woods, next to a busy road, cut some firewood. At this point, it's all about loading wood up. It's a pretty good trek in there to carry it out, but you know what? Keeps me in pretty good shape, don't mind it, and definitely keeps the cabin warm at night on these winter chilly nights. Although today, almost 60 degrees again. Can't figure out what's going on, but I know it's time to break out the 1987. I notice all your pro fishermen are already out there and they've got tournaments going on. This weekend, Table Rock. 2 weekends from now, Kentucky Lake. I think I'm going to try to go down there and film some of that tournament right there and see if I can't run into Randy Blockett, shake his hand, tell him thanks for all the stuff that he showed me. I really appreciate it. Can't wait for the 2024 season to really kick in. That's a pretty nice trailer load. I think that is hard maple. It would make sense because the chains, even with the chains sharpened, freshly sharpened, you know, they didn't just slice through them like butter, like ash or something like that will just go right through. Oak tends to slow them down, but I think that hard maple right there is about the same way. It burns super fast, but it is like a hard wood. I'm gonna get back, load that up. Speed limit on this road is 35 miles an hour. But you can see what we deal with out here. All right. Appreciate you coming along. I hope those little lessons that I learned, if you get in a situation like that, it might make you aware just to be careful, because those limbs and those trees, those stumps, everything just go the weirdest way sometimes, and you can't predict them. In fact, I was watching a YouTube video not long ago, and on it, somebody's sitting there starting to cut a pretty good sized tree down. And the voiceover says something like, you know, arborists and lumberjacks all know the reason why it's so expensive to have somebody come out and cut your tree down is because everybody that's in the business, that's in it for a long time, knows eventually it's going to get them. It's gonna bite them. Hopefully it doesn't take them out totally, but it's going to hurt them. So that right there, all depends on the temperatures. That right there probably lasts a couple weeks, I would say, once all split up. Maybe if we get a real bad cold snap, burning 24/7 full blast, maybe not that long. There goes Insul Pro. Woo! I'm glad I'm not in that truck. If you've ever insulated before in a house, that is some bad news work right there. I hope them boys are getting paid good for doing that. Anyways, the lessons I learned on this tree, I'll carry with me. And I'll put that video out about that tree that fell on me. I guess it's been about 15 years ago. I mean, literally fell on me. All right, you have a good day. Be safe out there. Saws will cut you. Man, worse than an alligator. Be careful with them. If you're unexperienced and you're uncomfortable, don't use them. Hire it out. Well worth it. Don't want to lose one of these. Foot, anything. Just be careful. I'll be talking to you on the next video. Through here,